and I'm just say this as an African American male, or just African American in general. There's certain parts of the country where you may or may not feel. Hello, everyone. I am on my way to the airport. My flight got delayed by about an hour, so I think my layover now is, I have less than an hour for my layover. My layover is actually in Washington Dulles. I'm pretty familiar with that airport, so I'm not really worried about getting around there. But yeah, so looks like we will make this flight. I'll keep you all posted as we journey. I'm actually flying into Ithaca, New York, and then I'll be getting a rental car and driving to Binghamton. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, New York. And so we'll see. So I'm going to do my workshop there tomorrow, and then after the workshop, I'm going to leave. After the workshop, I'm going to drive back to Ithaca. Probably return the rental car tomorrow, and then stay at a hotel near the airport, so I can just be out first thing in the morning. Because I think my return flight is at like 6 a.m., 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, it's really early. So I want to change hotels so that I can be close to the airport in the morning for that flight. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to bring you along with me, and let's get to the airport so we can make this flight. I've actually have about boarding time is literally 1 hour from now. Boarding time is literally 1 hour from now, and I'm probably about 11 minutes from the airport. So still have to park the car, find a parking space. Hopefully they're not doing construction or anything. And after I find a parking space, get it all checked in. I don't do like check-ins at the counter. I don't check any bags, so I don't have to go to the counter. So I'm gonna go right through security, TSA pre-check, and it should be easy. I'm in Richmond, Virginia. The airport's not very big at all. So I will see you all at the airport. Okay, so we gotta spice this out. I always love my Tony seasoning. I'll tell you about that. The no salt, um, Italian seasoning, onion powder, oops, garlic powder, and we'll do a little bit of complete seasoning because this does have some sodium in it. Just about 90 milligrams of sodium in this, so but we'll use just this very lightly, and use a little bit of Slap Your Mama, just to add in a touch more sodium. This one also only has 4% of the daily value, which is about 90 to 100 milligrams. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Make that. So I'm gonna grab I was thawing out the salmon overnight. So grab that. And I actually need a plate to set it on. I'm actually really hungry because I haven't ate anything. I'm really hungry because I haven't ate anything all day. I had coffee earlier when I woke up, but that's it. That's all I had. So grab this piece of salmon. I've already washed my hands, FYI. And I don't know if you have Food Lion where you are at, but that's the store I went to get the salmon. And they have these 2 packs of salmon, and they're only, it's a 2-pack salmon, and they're like $8, which is a great price for it, and it tastes good, and it's wild caught. So whenever you're doing salmon, you always want to go for the wild caught. Okay, so let's talk about. All right, so let's talk about this trip. While I'm doing this, so the trip was interesting. All right, so pulling into the garage here in RIC Airport. They said South Garage is almost full. So let's see if we can't find a space in the North Garage. Okay, now I need you to drive here. Oh, Jesus. This is why I should not be showing up late, stuff like this, because I get behind people who drive slow, and then I have to wait for them to figure out which way they're going to turn and go and all this other stuff. So I'm going to go straight to the upper level because I'm pretty sure the lower level is probably all full. The higher I go, probably the better chances. So I'm just going to skip that level and just see what I can get, if there's any spaces up here. What is this, third level, I think? Oh Lord, I do not want to park my car outside. It's so hot. I mean, I don't want to park it. I want it to be covered wherever I park at, because it's so hot outside. It's about 90 degrees here, and yeah, I want to make sure I don't park somewhere where my car is exposed to the elements. So I'm going to probably, let's see if we go this way, if there's anything. It says 21 spaces open over here. Okay, I like that they have the counter thing. We had that in Atlanta, but that's the first time I've seen this in Richmond. So we are finding our way to a space. Sorry about the movement of the camera, guys. I don't have a holder. I probably shouldn't even be doing this. There's 21 spaces, but it don't. In Atlanta, you can see like what aisle you can go down to find the space, but clearly we haven't got that advanced yet for Richmond. So, oh no, this is putting me upstairs. I don't want to be upstairs. I don't want my car outside. Okay, I may not have a choice right now because I'm late, so I'm gonna be outside, but hopefully it won't be that bad. And you know what? The more I think about it, my car is normally not even parked in a garage anyways, so it's not really that serious. Now, my house back in Atlanta, when I had that, I had a garage, so okay, I'm fine. This is fine. All right, I'll talk to y'all again soon. FYI, I'm going to air fry this, so I do want some good oil. I want to have this coated in oil before I add my seasonings to it, and then I'm going to let it sit. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to just smother this piece of salmon with some olive oil. I'm just kind of using my hands to get all that in, and then I'm going to go back and apply seasoning to each. Apply each of the seasonings to it. So did that, got the oil in there, and I'll show you once I finish doing the seasoning. But so I got in, the big challenge was I was flying into Ithaca, New York, which is a small airport. I want to say there's only about 4 or 5 gates in the entire airport. So it's a really small airport. So you fly in, and once I got there, I was nervous because the rental car agency closed at 6 p.m. My flight didn't get in until like 6:45, but I did give the rental car agency my flight information. So it is important if you're ever flying into one of the regional airports and you're picking up a rental car, you want to make sure that you give them your flight information so that someone stays behind. Anyway, one of the employees stays behind to make sure you can get the vehicle. Anyways, I show up, I get the vehicle, and when I got there, and the lady's waiting on me, she's like, she says my name, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm walking up to the counter, and she's like, yeah, I left. I went to Target to grab a few things. And then I just came back just to check you in. So I was really grateful that she came back, even though it was like, by this time, it's probably about 7 o'clock by the time I got to the rental car desk to pick it up. And I'm just say this as an African American male, or just African American in general, there's certain parts of the country where you may or may not feel safe. Um, it's just kind of the nature of the beast of living. It's just part of living in this country or living in this world. But yeah, so I didn't want to take a Uber because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know this area. And small towns sometimes can be great, but you never know. And it wasn't like they were going to take me on major roadways. There was a lot of back roads, like a lot of winding country roads, and I just didn't. You just don't know. So I felt like I went. It was smart. I felt like it was smart to go and get the rental car. So I got the rental car, did the drive, and I know I'm doing a lot of seasoning, y'all. I'm gonna show you when I'm done. But there was I did the drive. I checked into the hotel. It was a Hilton Doubletree. I love staying at Doubletree just because of the cookies. Y'all know them Doubletree cookies? They are so good. So I checked in, got my free Doubletree cookies, and went and grabbed some dinner. By this time, it was probably like 8, 9 o'clock at night. Grabbed some dinner. Um, had a glass of wine to wind myself down, and then it was time for work. Okay, let me pause here, show you what this looks like. So this is, I hope y'all can see this. This is what it looks like. I seasoned it up. I believe in a lot of seasoning, heavy seasoning that doesn't have a lot of sodium to it, right? So I try to season everything with a lot of seasoning and then sprinkle on some of the seasonings that don't have too much sodium or salt in them. I forgot to use the Slap Your Mama. I'll just sprinkle a little bit of that on there to add a little sodium to it. But I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator probably for about 30 minutes, and then I'll put it in the air fryer. Part of what I'm doing there is trying to let that seasoning get into the meat. I always hate, I dislike eating chicken, salmon, anything where like all the seasoning is on the outside of it and people haven't given the meat enough time to marinate and absorb all those flavors from the herbs and the spices. So I like to always marinate my meat for at least a half an hour. I'm hungry, so I don't know if I'm gonna make it a half an hour. But again, I haven't ate all day, so we'll see how far I get or how long I can wait for that. I'll put that in the air fryer and for about like 20 minutes on 375. Take that out, chop it up, put it in a salad with some spicy guacamole. They have like a salad topper that has like some sunflower seeds and some bacon bits and stuff in there. And so that's what we're doing for lunch. And then tonight I'll probably bake some, I got some chicken. So I'll probably bake some chicken for dinner tonight. And that'll be some of the same seasoning, and I'll just throw it in the oven because that's an easy meal. I also have a Ninja Pro Grill that I bought back in December that I haven't used. So if the weather's nice tomorrow, I will go out and I'll do an unboxing video, and I'll also cook on that electric outdoor grill tomorrow. So that'll be fun if the weather cooperates. Okay, so why was I in Binghamton? I went there for work. And as I've shared with you before, I do facilitation. So I teach classes, mostly like leadership development classes, do some one-on-one coaching and some group sessions. So I was going there for a workshop, 8-hour workshop, started at 8 a.m. in the morning and was done by like about 4 o'clock we were done. And I was there with 2 of my coworkers. I taught the first couple of hours and I taught the last few hours, and then they kind of filled in the middle of it. It was a great class, awesome, incredible individuals and wonderful leaders there, just kind people in that area. So I really enjoyed my time there. As I was driving through Binghamton, for dinner, I went to Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, I went to Texas Roadhouse. And I enjoyed like the scenery, driving around. It was a really nice town. I'm a city boy, so I enjoy like the city, with big buildings and the hustle and bustle and a lot of people out walking around and people living downtown in high rises. And that's my scene. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy. But this is a little different. So my hotel was downtown, but it was pretty much like a ghost town there. So it wasn't a lot going on. But it was a cute like town. So and they had like I don't know what river it was that ran along the side of the hotel. All right, so I am in Ithaca, New York, making this hour-long drive to Binghamton, and yeah, so we're gonna make this drive. This area is beautiful, a lot of rolling hills, if you will, with a lot of greenery. I don't see any buildings whatsoever, but it just looks like a lot of beautiful fields. So interesting. So anyway, I'm gonna put the camera away and focus on this drive and try to wind down and get my mind ready for tomorrow. In the process, as I'm making the drive, just kind of practicing some things that I need to make sure that I touch on during tomorrow's workshop. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Once I get checked in, I will pull the camera back, try to remember to pull the camera out once I get checked into the room. Okay, so I made it to the room. This is the room. I just hung up my jacket for tomorrow. But nice bathroom. And then there is like another area over here, like a little area, a couple mirrors for when you're getting dressed. I already got my stuff in here. I'm about to iron this shirt. I never use an ironing board. Always iron on the bed. I never use an ironing board. I always iron on the bed. I'm about to iron that shirt. And yeah, so nice king size bed. I'm gonna enjoy this tonight. And the room was really big though. It really is. It's a lot of space in here. And I have a view of downtown Binghamton, which is interesting. On the other side, the other view would be of a river. I'm not really sure which river that is, but that's also very interesting. But looks like downtown is like literally in a valley because there's mountains completely surrounding the downtown area. So that's interesting. It's actually really nice. Looks like all very old buildings. So I'd have to do a little bit of research on the city to understand. Kind of economically, it doesn't look like it's doing that well. Or maybe this is just one of those places where people live a little bit further out. I'm not sure. It's a nice building. But you can see it's like really old buildings. Like a steeple over there. Can't zoom in on it though. Anyways, I'm gonna find me something to eat. I don't think there's any real restaurants around this area, and it's so hot outside. I'm not gonna walk, so I'll probably order some room service and do a little prep for tomorrow, and that'll probably be it. If I had time, I would have gone out, got some footage, and just enjoyed the community. But I didn't have time. I really flew in, Monday night? No, Monday afternoon I flew in, and then we taught the class Tuesday night, because I wanted to be closer to the airport because I told you it was an hour drive. I went ahead after the workshop. I drove from Binghamton back to Ithaca, New York, and got a hotel right around, stayed at the Courtyard Marriott around the corner from the airport. So that's how the day went. Where the trip went, it was good. It was productive. Someone shared, I won't give away everything. One of the top leaders shared a really inspirational story about something that he had went through in his life, and some challenges that he had. And he just spoke with so much passion about the program that I teach and how it helped him get through some really tough times in his life. And that's one of the things I love about my job. I get a chance to coach people professionally, but a lot of times those conversations turn personal because people everywhere are going through so many different things. I think I shared with you all before, I was coaching someone who lost one of their parents, and the parents was in hospice for a while I was coaching them, and then throughout the coaching process, they their parent passed away, and being able to provide a resource and just someone people can talk to when they're going through trials and tribulations and hard times in their life. It's a great feeling to know that I get a chance to do that Monday through Friday at my job. So that's it. So that was the trip. Not a lot to talk about there. I'll put these spices back up, y'all. Not a lot to talk about there, but it was just a great inspirational trip, and I enjoyed myself. By the way, I'm almost out of garlic powder. I might have to go, but I did get some garlic paste, so I'm good for tomorrow. But yeah, so it was ultimately a great trip. I don't know if y'all can hear my stomach growling. Ugh. But what else is going on? So I also told y'all about my neighbors who, like, for some reason, they love to get up early in the morning, sit on the back patio and sing. So I was awakened today by my neighbors who were playing the guitar. He was playing the guitar and his wife was singing. And it always starts off pretty calm and decent. But the longer they sing, the louder they get, the louder the guitar gets. And this is like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not a morning person, so they woke me up early this morning. And I couldn't get back to sleep. So I'm feeling tired. So the rest of my day today, my mom is having a birthday party later on in the year. So I got to make some flyers for that. I got to edit some videos for my job. I did a podcast for my job where I was talking with one of my peers about different coaching situations. And I think we are talking about the topic of time management. I started editing that. I need to finish that and send that over to one of our corporate leaders. And I want to catch up on this season of The Bear on Hulu. So I got some things I want to do, and I have a capstone paper due for school by the midnight tomorrow night. So I probably won't even start on that until tomorrow morning. I'll probably just get up early tomorrow and work on that. But that's what's going on in my life. I'm going to come back later and show you the final product for the salmon salad. So it'll get a little loud in here when I turn this on because I have to turn on the vent as well. 375 and start. So I'm going to preheat that for a minute because I'm going to put it skin side down in there, and it already has all the oil and the seasoning. So I want it to kind of sear a little bit more than normal. So I'm going to just preheat that for a couple minutes. So while that's preheating, I'm going to grab the salmon out the refrigerator. Once again, this is what it looks like before it goes in. And I'm just going to put it in skin side down. Also, while that's preheating, I ordered an outdoor table from Amazon that I'll show you once it gets here to put my outdoor grill on. I actually ordered it and it was supposed to be here today, but they sent me the wrong product. Every once in a while, Amazon will mess up and they'll send the wrong product. And it just so happened they sent me like a outdoor trash can cover when I ordered a folding table. Anyway, so we'll see how that works out. The table's supposed to be able to hold up to 60 pounds. When I looked up the Ninja Outdoor Grill, it comes in at about 40 pounds or somewhere around there. So it should be fine to be able to hold it. So we'll see how that works out tomorrow when I grill with you. It's probably not really hot, but again, I'm really hungry. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. I'm going to just use my hands because, again, it's just me. I'm here by myself, so I can cook and do whatever I want because I'm the only one that's going to be eating it. So otherwise, I would have used a set of tongs. So now I have stuff all over my hands. I'm going to wash my hands, turn the vent on, and then I'll bring you back in once that is finished cooking. All right, so I just finished cooking the salmon. It's so funny, like this is what it looks like. Hopefully y'all can see it, but it's so funny to me that as I start cooking, I almost dropped it. As I start cooking, and the longer it takes for stuff to get done, the less hungry I get. So now I'm like, oh, I'm so weird. I'm still gonna eat because I know ultimately I need to eat something. But it's crazy how I just lose my appetite from waiting. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna grab the salad. Y'all know I like to do things easy and keep it simple. Y'all know I like to keep things simple, quick, especially with it just being me. So yes, I do have bag salad. I'm gonna grab a nice big bowl. Start to put this together. The salmon's been resting for a few minutes, so keep all those juices and that flavor in there. Just a basic salad today. This is great because I have enough salad left over from this to do one tomorrow with my meal. That's good. You know what else drives me crazy? I talked about my neighbors earlier. I also have this couple that sits in the car. It's they're girls, but they're a couple, it looks like. But one of them comes and she parks directly next to my vehicle when she comes here. And I don't know if she's not allowed to go in the neighbor in the girl's house, in the other girl's house who lives here. But they always sit in the car, and they'll sit in the car for like hours directly in front of my house. And they're just like staring at me, and I have my blinds open, so it's a little bit, it feels weird and awkward. And I feel like we can't figure out why doesn't she park like 2, 3, 4 spots down that are empty, so that way you're not looking directly in somebody's house and they're not looking directly at you. So I can't help but see everything they're doing. It's just weird. Like, why would you do that? Especially if you know you're gonna be sitting in the car for hours. It looks like young love. I don't know, but it's cute, whatever. But annoying. But this is my salad. I didn't put anything in there. It already has carrots and some looks like purple cabbage. Crunchy and flavorful salad topping, McCormick's. I'm gonna use some of that. Just going with a little bit of that. And that, like I said, has some sunflower seeds, some bacon bits. What else does it have? I don't know. I guess that's it. Sunflower seeds, bacon bits, and maybe like some small peanuts, maybe. I don't know what salad I say. I have Italian and I have like a Catalina. I'm probably gonna use a Catalina. I also have some green onions, and I may chop up one of these green onions because I love green onions. I'll put that in on top. That's too many. I don't need that much. But I'm just gonna tear these off and chop that up. Add that in. Taking my time because I want to make sure that I gave the salmon enough time to rest. Because if you cut into it too soon, then the juices kind of flow out. But we want all that good flavor. So anyways, just chopping up some green onions. And like I said, I was really hungry. Now I'm not that hungry. But as I'm starting to prepare everything, my appetite's coming back. I can't wait to eat now. Okay. I also got me some wine for later on. Like normally, like on Friday evenings, I like to have some wine, and I got some white Merlot. Yeah, so that'll be good later on with some chocolate, with some dark chocolate. Walmart has the best dark chocolate almond bar. It's in the snack aisle. This is what it looks like. Doesn't look that impressive. I really didn't expect anything from it, but I'm obsessed with dark chocolate right now. I love dark chocolate covered almonds, but this was a way for me to kind of hit my sweet tooth without doing too much. Y'all know how I feel about Kind bars, the frozen hot Kind bars. Oh my God. Or frozen Snickers ice cream bar. Man, but I can't have that, too much sugar in that. So, we try to have healthier alternatives. Although I may treat myself later on this weekend to a pack of those. Okay, so we got the salmon, we got the salad. Oh, avocado. We try to use avocado. I try to use guacamole in my salads. I've never been a fan of guacamole. I've gotten used to the texture, but I buy the packets because I won't eat enough of this in one setting, and guacamole goes bad so fast. But if you buy it in the small packs, I buy like the little, it looks like this, like a little pack of 6, probably about $4. And that way, if I don't use it for a while, it doesn't end up going bad. Sometimes I use it like in my tacos and stuff like that. But it works great. It goes great in salads, and I don't have to use as much salad dressing in my salads whenever I use these guacamole packets. Dang it. And it's a spicy, so it adds another little layer to the dish that I like, and it's not so blah. It's not just a salad. There's a lot going on. I don't know why this is not coming off easy, but whatever. like I said, I was never a fan of guacamole, but I know it's good for you, or avocados. I know they're good for you though. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that whole thing in there and then kind of mix the salad around so I don't get chunks of avocado in one bite or chunks of the guacamole in one bite. So I'm just taking a spoon and I'm just mixing the salad and spreading it around. At this point, it doesn't look that appetizing, so I won't show you that, but it tastes great. And like I said, you don't have to use as much salad dressing when you do this, when you add avocado to your salad, because it has that moisture element to it. And I probably will get some more bacon bits. Just, I know there were bacon bits, hard like bacon bits in the top salad topper, but I want like just some regular bacon bits in the salad as well. And that is another reason why I don't use a lot of sodium when I'm making things, because I already know if I'm adding other things to them that has sodium already in it, such as bacon bits, I don't want to do that. I'm a person, I don't like ranch. I don't like blue cheese. So I love like the Catalina dressings or French. I love Italian or Caesar, but right now I have Catalina, so that's what we're gonna do. So the salmon, piece of salmon is probably gonna fall apart, but this is what it looks like. Nice and crispy on the outside, crispy edges. Just gonna taste that real quick.
Yummy.
That's so good, y'all. And normally I will, let me stop talking and eating. Oh my God, that's good. Got a little kick to it. Normally what I'll do is I will cut the piece of salmon in half, and I'll eat half of it with hot sauce, and then the other half goes in the salad. But this is what it looks like before I add the green onions on top. Well, this is now all done. Hopefully you can see a bit off a little piece there, but this is what it looks like. It's an amazing salad. You can use whatever dressing you want. I'm going to use the Catalina. I'm trying not to go too heavy-handed with it. I love the way this dressing tastes. But yeah, that's going to be this is with the dressing on it. A little design, make it a little fancy, you know, we be trying to do a little something. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat the salad, enjoy this lunch, have some water with this, and then as a little midday dessert, I'll have a couple blocks of my dark chocolate with almond bar. And then I'm gonna sit down and finish editing the video I need to edit for work, get that over to them before 5 o'clock. And then I'm going to start working on sit down on the couch. And I love my couch, y'all. It's small. Like I had a table here, but I think I told you I cannot find my table in storage. I find the base of the table, the dining room table, but I can't find where the glass is. I don't know what I did with it. So anyways, the couch, I love my couch. It's so comfortable. It's the pull out, and as you see, it pulls out. I have a black what you call it? A black blanket that I put over top of it to make sure I don't spill anything while I'm eating and stuff like that on it. But it's really comfortable. Pulls out, pushes back in. But it doesn't just allow me to stretch out because I'm short, but it's actually comfortable. So I plan on spending a lot of my afternoon right there on that couch. I'll be, like I said, editing videos most of the evening for work and for editing some invites for my mom's party later on this year. So that's it. I'm going to take some time and enjoy this salad. I'm not going to eat this and try to look good while I'm eating it. So I'm going to turn the camera off and then enjoy this, but I'll talk to y'all later.